So if you're in the market for your first spray gun, or whether you're replacing an existing spray gun, there are a number of technical things to consider. Firstly, what is your air supply? So if you're in a workshop, you probably have a big compressor that delivers lots of air, and that normally would power any of the spray guns on the market, and you don't have to worry about it. If you're operating in a mobile environment, site spraying for example, there'll be a limit to how much air you can get out of a portable compressor. And what we found is the Gentling compressor, which is this one here, delivers from a 13 amp plug, delivers 240 litres a minute at 2 bar, which is roughly 8.5 CFM at 29 psi, ballpark. So there's your starting point. Now from that point, the idea is to get a spray gun that matches and performs well with that amount of air going into it. And we actually looked on the market for years at lots of different spray guns, and we settled on the Walcom range because they're designed to be low air demand gun, low air consumption. You know, they only need pretty much that much air. You know, so roughly 9 CFM at 2 bar. So they're perfectly matched. Actually, the smaller ones only need 5 CFM. I'm going to get into that in a minute. So there's the starting point, compressor. Your next question in your mind might be, do I need, or would I like, a mini spray gun? This is small to hold in the hand, or a full-size spray gun which is bigger to hold in your hand. You'll also notice the paint pot on these two guns is in a different place. So another thing from the get-go, you might be thinking, do I want a gravity-fed spray gun where the paint feeds into the gun by the force of gravity and the air that sucks it out, or do I want a suction-fed spray gun which essentially sucks the air up through a tube, and that's how it gets its paint feed. There is one other option, which is, so you have gravity, suction, you also have pressure fed. So this is typically, this paint hose is connected to the gun and would run to a low pressure pump or a pressure pot. And then you have a pressurized paint feeding the gun, and the air connection is as normal. That's known as pressure fed. We actually have one more option from Finished and Decorated Store, which is a custom design, which is a pressure-fed system, but using a pot, and I'm going to come on to that later. It's called Pressure Assist. I don't want to complicate this video with that right now. Your next choices will be how you want to deliver the paint. There are various paint cup systems which have a disposable lid and liner inside. Those typically have an adapter that screws onto the paint gun, and the adapter is different for the different types of paint cup system. Or you might want an aluminium pot. This is much less commonly used, but it's all down to personal preference. If you have one of these, it screws directly to the gun, and you wouldn't need the adapter to marry the two up. And then of course with the pressure fed system, as I said earlier, that can go to a pressure pot or a low pressure pump. We would just check the hose connections are the right fitting, because normally you can get 1/4 inch or 3/8. So there we are, that's the general overview of your first choices, and then we're going to drill down into the options after that.